Hi there. In this session, I would like to tell you about the introduction to standard JavaScript. So, what does mean by standard JavaScript? It means this is the first JavaScript which is invented by Netscape Navigator. Netscape Navigator, world's first browser, has been invented this standard JavaScript. In the sense, this is JavaScript only. Okay, so now we couldn't get this one Netscape Navigator browser because they shut down their company. Even it is running, but it is not. It is having in passive mode only, not in active mode. Whatever we are using here in this JavaScript, they can called as methods, objects, events, functions, etc. etc. So first, they introduced variable, variable, variable. Here you can see variable will save some information. For example, here you can see variable is having this kind of example where I want to write some name equal to so and so information. So what happening is here this name will save by variable, means this variable may play one kind of saving role, means it will save some data. Okay, this is a variable having in standard JavaScript. This is very most important here in this JavaScript because it is also saving some function, saving some information there in that variable. As well as here you can see there is a function also be there. Function, I will assign function name as message. Here you can see this is the syntax of our function, and we have to export that function method like msg. So this is exporting mirror. Okay, this is normal function whatever we are using. This is a standard function here in this JavaScript. Here we have to declare our document type. So I want to write some document dot write. Here you can see we have to mention that document name, so that some data, whatever data you may require, you can write that information here, and this function will render this output here in this document only. And even this function also carries and saves some data while we are assigning this kind of function method. And after that, here you can see there is a data types is there. Okay, here you can see there is a data types is there. What does mean by data types? Data types means which kind of information will you save here in this variable. So that is called as a data type. So here you can see there is a name is there. You can write some name as like this. So where some name equal to double quotates. So here we will define some name so that it is called as a string. And there is another thing is there, means we can assign some number to this variable also. So where number equal to, we can assign some kind of number here in this variable. So here we can assign some array also. So if I need something information, I need some string, means name, I need some number also. I need some number also. So that what we have to do is we have to define like this. So here you can see this is here I can assign some string, as well as I will assign some number also. So this is called as a array, means array will save two or more values in this variable. So that this is an array. And here you can see there is variable is there, nothing but object. So here in this object, we can define some values for specific purpose. Means when we are creating any kind of data for APIs, then we have to use this kind of object method to store information there in that API. That object is having in this standard JavaScript mode known as data types method. One of the data types method is this object. So we can define if for example you may think in e-commerce website you can find some product. So complete product information is called as an object because product has some title. So we can define that product name, we can define that product name. Here we can see, so this is product name, as well as here we can see product description is there. Okay, and after that here we can define some product description also, and the product cost also, p cost also. Here we can see this is the p cost, and we can define some cost of the product. What happening is, in this object it will store some product information. We can export and import these values, means this is a variable. Storing this information in object method is one of the data type having in this standard JavaScript. This is also one of the important method has to use for our JavaScript frameworks. And also here there is a boolean value is there, so we can assign some value as a boolean, means boolean boolean equal to, we can assign true or false. So if we assign any true value to boolean, then that is a variable can store that value is a true or false. And remember, we can save this boolean value as a conditional statement, also. If else, like that, we can use this true or false there in this data types. And after that there is a undefined null value also be there, so we can also use those values here in this data types. There is a local variable is there, global variable also be there, local and local, local variable variable, and global variable also be there. As well as we can see, we can define some property here in this function had some default properties also be there, so we can assign some property for here in this function also. Here we can use some properties depend upon our requirement, we can use this one also. And as usual and as well as there is a conditional conditional statement is there, statement also be there in the sense if else, means whenever you want to use this conditional statement, we can see we have to use this if else. When we can use this if else, by assigning variable. If a equal to having 20, then variable b equal to having 10, then what next? If a equal to b, you can see if a equal to b, then which command do you require? This is a condition. If a is not equal to b, then else. Here you can see we have to use if else statement. So here we can see what we need to do is, if a equal to b, we need some output. For that, what we have to do is we have to write document ment document dot write. Here you can see you can write that a is equal to b, so that here you can see. After that, if it is a is not equal to b, then we have to declare some value like document dot write. Here we have to define b is not equal to a. So when we can define, when we get these values, assigning after changing these operator, assignment operators are there, arithmetic operators are there, logical operators are there. Whenever you want to change this operator, whenever you will change this operator, then this document means this if else statement will change. As usual, whenever you will change this b variable, a variable here in these variables, then also these values document dot write will generate, and this function will execute. So these are very most important here in this JavaScript, having standard JavaScript.